Alright, so today we're going to be doing something different from my usual content. Today I'm going to be ranking every mainline Sonic game where you can play as Shadow from my least favorite to my favorite. Now before I start, there are a few rules. Rule number 1, they have to be mainline. So games like Sonic Rivals and Sonic and the Black Knight will not be on this list. Rule number 2, Shadow has to be a playable character. So games like Sonic Adventure 1 and Sonic Frontiers will also not be on this list. Matter of fact, the 6 games that I will be ranking are Sonic Adventure 2, Sonic Heroes, Shadow 05, Sonic 06, Sonic Frontiers, and Sonic X Shadow Generations. Rule number 3. Okay, so I'm going to be having a couple of placements that might shock you, especially for what I have to say about Shadow 05 and Sonic 06. So please respect my opinions, comment your ranking, I'd love to hear it. Anyway, here we go. So coming at number 6, I have Sonic Forces. Now everyone says that 06 is the worst Sonic game. No, it's actually Forces. I mean, Jesus Christ, this was fucking stupid. First of all, not only the levels, but also the whole game were too short. It's very hard to control Sonic most of the time, especially when you try to boost him. And the custom character idea is, while not the worst idea in the world, but when you make a Sonic game where Tails, Knuckles, Amy, Rouge, Omega, Silver, and even the Chaotix are involved, you don't toss them to the side like NPCs, you make them playable. And don't even get me started on Classic Sonic. He was awesome in Sonic Generations, but he did not have to be in this game. And the episode Shadow DLC is only 3 levels long. I mean, why? Why would you make episode Shadow only 3 levels long? This game would have been so much better if it was longer. What about the story? Well, I think the story is even worse than the playthrough. The story is that Dr. Eggman has taken over the world, and everyone thinks that Sonic is dead, and Knuckles is leading a resistance. Now, the idea of Eggman actually winning should have made for one of the best Sonic games of all time. But the characters are done poorly. Turns out Knuckles is a piss-poor leader and gets 80% of his soldiers killed. And this motherfucker says this.
Our big wave has washed out.
And Knuckles isn't the only character that was assassinated. Tails acted like a coward to a few of Eggman's robots, and Chaos Zero. Chaos Zero! And Infinite. Fucking Infinite. This character sucks. There's a cutscene where he's fighting Sonic, and he could have easily defeated him, but he decides to spare him. Then Eggman yells at him later. And if I agree with Eggman on something, then you know you're doing something wrong. And finally, Sonic defeats him at the end of the game using the power of friendship.
Impossible. I cannot be defeated.
Wrong, loser. The things that can't be defeated are heart, soul, and the bonds of friendship. 3 things you and your counterfeit cronies lack.
No. Wait. I can still fight.
Huh? What the hell was that?
So overall, Sonic Forces could have been great, but it suffers from poor writing, poor character directions, and poor levels. 2 out of 10, fuck this game. Now I just want to clarify, Sonic Forces is the only game on this list that I actually hate. The rest of these games I do enjoy to a certain extent. And with that being said, coming in at number 5, I have Sonic Heroes. Sonic Heroes is a very interesting case. It has the same playthrough style as Adventure 1 and 2, but you play the same levels as a different trio each time. You have Team Sonic, which consists of Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. You have Team Dark, which consists of Shadow, Rouge, and Omega. You have Team Rose, which consists of Amy, Cream, and Big. And you have Team Chaotix, which consists of Vector, Espio, and Charmy. And let me tell you, the gameplay is not easy, to say the least. You switch from playing as 3 characters in every level. For example, you switch from Sonic to Tails to Knuckles in every fucking level. And almost every level is hard, especially the Chaos Emerald mini games. I ended up spending 3 fucking hours on one level. One level. Okay, I'm good now. Now what about the story? Well, there's not really much to the story. Dr. Eggman is attacking, and Team Sonic, Team Dark, Team Rose, and Chaotix have to stop him. That's pretty much it. By the time I was nearly finished with the game, I was decided if I should give this game a 5 out of 10 or a 4 out of 10. But the thing that changed my mind was the final boss, Metal Overlord. Now, I'm not exactly a big fan of Metal Sonic, but damn it, he was fucking awesome here. This definitely made us one of the best final bosses in all of Sonic. After playing that, my final score for the game went up to a 6 out of 10. Now coming in at number 4, I have Sonic 06. Okay, this is the one that's going to raise the most eyebrows. Me placing Sonic 06 at number 4 wouldn't be concerning if I hated Heroes. But I gave that game a 6 out of 10 and this game is higher. Let's start with the negatives. First of all, there's the crappy controls, which everyone and their grandmother have talked about. Some of the levels are pretty bad too, like the snow levels, the sand levels, and the final Eggman boss in Sonic's campaign. The Shadow and Silver team-up was a fantastic idea, but I feel like they could have done more with it. And then there's the kiss. Alright, now on to the positives. First of all, the music is absolutely amazing. His World and Dreams of an Absolution are 2 of my favorite soundtracks from this franchise. Some of the Soliana NPCs are a ton of fun to interact with, like this guy and this guy. The final battle with Solaris is one of, if not my favorite final boss fight in any Sonic game. If you ignore the ending, that is. Seriously, fuck that final cutscene. And this game did a fantastic job with the characters of Shadow, Rouge, Mephiles, and Silver. We'll get to Silver in a minute since I have a lot to say about him. Aside from Shadow Generations and Movie 3, this is my favorite version of Shadow. Him, Rouge, and Omega are looking for information about Mephiles, who he is, where he's from, and what his plan is. Then we find out that sometime in the future, after Mephiles took over, Shadow became too powerful and Omega of all characters had to kill him. Then Rouge says that she'll stay by Shadow's side no matter what. And later on, when Mephiles asks Shadow why he's protecting humanity, Shadow says this.
If the world chooses to become my enemy, I will fight like I always have.
Then there's Silver. And I'm just gonna say it. Silver is my favorite character in all of Sonic. Now, yes, I know a few of my other videos, including this one, make it seem like my favorite character is Shadow, but it's actually Silver. Shadow's a close second. Silver's arc in this game is great. He comes from a future that's basically destroyed, then Mephiles shows up and tells him that Sonic is the cause of it. So they go back in time, then Shadow shows him what really happened. And people like to poke fun at Silver for being too naive when something like this also happened to Knuckles, aka a fan favorite. Silver also has an excellent dynamic with Blaze, and both of them are my 2 favorite characters to play as in this game. Admittedly, Blaze didn't really have a reason to be in this game, especially when she originated in Sonic Rush. But whatever, it's still pretty cool. So yeah, his backstory, his strong sense of hope, along with his quirky yet awkward personality make him my favorite Sonic character. Now you're probably thinking that I love this game because I listed more pros than cons. Well, no. This game could have been an 8 or 9 out of 10 for me, but they fucking ruined it with the final cutscene. They made it so that every character in this game forget this entire adventure happened, essentially making this whole game one big waste of time. And that's one of the dumbest things this franchise has done, and it even lowered my score. So overall, I do like Sonic 06, but I'll admit it's not a great game. 7 out of 10, nothing more to say. Now coming in at number 3, I have Shadow 05. Sonic 06 is the most overhated Sonic game, but this game is without a doubt the most underrated Sonic game. Everyone that said that this game sucks is dead wrong. This game is fucking awesome. First of all, it has the best intro out of any Sonic game. and you get to use a fucking gun in this game. Name another Sonic game where you could use a gun. That's right, you can't. The thing about this game is that you can only play as Shadow, but in every level, you have another character guiding you, and 3 different routes you can take. You can finish the level following Sonic or one of his friends. You can finish the level following the villain of this game, Black Doom, or you can get the Chaos Emerald. There are also 10 different endings to this game. You always start with Westopolis and work your way to one of the final bosses. You either fight Black Doom, Dr. Eggman, or Sonic, and each Sonic and each Black Doom boss are slightly different, but almost every Eggman boss ends the same. Shadow fucking kills Eggman. Finally, someone has the balls to kill that fat fuck. But it's not the canon ending, so yeah. I'm not really sure which one of these endings is the correct one, but there is a final boss afterwards. You play as Super Shadow and you fight Black Doom's final form, Devil Doom. The story of this game changes depending on how you play each level. Now, I don't agree with Shadow becoming a villain in a few endings, but they're probably not canon. I'll also never forget how I was introduced to this game. I didn't find out that this game existed until 2022. It was sometime after I saw the second movie, and someone on Twitter said that Shadow 05 was their least favorite game in the franchise. I thought, okay, that game sucks, so I won't play it. Then fast forward to 2024, and my brother gets it for the GameCube. I tell him that that game does not have a good reputation, and I watch him play it. He didn't look like he was having fun with it, but when I was watching him play it, I thought, oh damn, that actually looks pretty fun. So I play it, and go as far as finishing Expert Mode. That's how much I enjoyed playing it. Overall, this game may not be the best written, but this is definitely one of the most fun Sonic games to play, and I recommend you give it another chance. 9 out of 10. Yeah, that's right. Coming in at number 2, I have Sonic Adventure 2. This game is almost everyone's favorite Sonic game, and it's usually in the top 3 in everyone's list. And I 100% agree. Sonic Adventure 2 is absolutely amazing. This was Shadow's first appearance and his most iconic one. I'll explain more about the story in a future video, but for now I'm going to talk about the gameplay. Now, as popular as this game is, I've still seen a few neckbeards on Twitter saying that the gameplay sucks and it's too hard. Alright, now I'll admit a few levels are hard, but not the whole freaking game. For the most part, this game is fucking easy. Especially Security Hall. That level is easy as fuck, y'all just have a skill issue. Trust me, this is nothing compared to Sonic Heroes. So in this game there are 2 sides. There's Hero Mode, where you play as Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles in every other level. And then there's Dark Mode, where you play as Shadow, Rouge, and Eggman. Yeah, you actually play as Eggman here. The interesting thing is that both versions of the story mirror. So in Sonic and Shadow's levels, it's just the normal running missions. In Tails and Eggman's levels, they're in a machine and you gotta kill the enemies and reach the goal. And in Knuckles and Rouge's levels, you have to find the missing pieces to the Master Emerald. Then, after you complete both storylines, you gotta play as both Super Sonic and Super Shadow, and you have to fight the Bio Lizard. Overall, Sonic Adventure 2 is a fantastic game, and I think you'll have a great time with it. 10 out of 10, nothing more to say. And finally, coming in at number 1, I have Sonic X Shadow Generations. This game admittedly didn't have to be made. I mean, it was only made to market the 3rd movie and to celebrate the Year of Shadow. But honestly, this game is fucking beautiful. So it shows what Shadow was up to during Sonic Generations, and it brings back people from his past, like Gerald, Maria, and Black Doom. Similar to Sonic Generations, you have to play levels from previous games. In Shadow's case, this includes Adventure 2, Heroes, 06, and even Forces, and surprisingly Frontiers. Both those games happened after Generations, and Shadow wasn't even in Frontiers. So anyways, the boss fights even bring back the Bio Lizard, Metal Overlord, and Mephiles, and they are so much fun, especially the Mephiles fight. I also thought that the final boss fight was fun too. The story is another pro. Like I said before, Maria, Gerald, and Black Doom come back, and Shadow wants nothing more than for Maria and Gerald to be alive again. But Shadow has to defeat Black Doom to help save the timeline, but doing so will cause them to disappear. I absolutely love the scene where Shadow says goodbye to Marie and Gerald. Then following that scene, Rouge notices a tear come from Shadow while he's running to help Sonic. Now sure, there are a few nitpicks and plot holes, but honestly I don't have any complaints about this game. If you're a fan of Shadow the Hedgehog, then this game is a love letter for you. This is not only my #1 spot, but it's also one of my favorite games, period. And my absolute favorite Sonic game. 10 out of 10. So yeah, that's my ranking. What did you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Let me know in the comments and share your ranking. I'd love to see it. And also, what did you think of this style of videos? Let me know if you want to see more. I'd love to do this again. Please leave a like, subscribe, comment down below what you want me to review in the future. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.